So another 3-day strike has been announced this week for the post office in the Isle of Man. We've got the head of the post office, Chairman, Julie Edge, MHK. What can you tell us? What movement has there been? Anything new on the table at the moment?
Yes, certainly the business went back earlier this week to the CWU union, to Mr Pullinger direct, with our response to the letter that he sent to us on the 4th of January. We're extremely disappointed that he's chosen to take strike action without coming back to the business with a response to that letter that we've sent him earlier this week.
So you've moved, have you? You've given more concessions?
We have, yes. Obviously, as a business, we're open to negotiations, and we feel we've gone back with a very fair offer. What we've also done, Paul, is we've gave all of our employees, because we have a number of employees in our business, and we've given them all an individual statement as to the impact on them as individuals of the changes we've made.
Are you saying that the union is intransigent? Are you saying they're just not prepared to talk to you? Or I mean, what's going to happen here? The strike will go ahead regardless, do you think?
We've compromised on a number of areas, and they're still striking, and we haven't had this response from them. So we are extremely surprised. I know that obviously you'll probably get opportunity to speak to Mr Pullinger, but he's saying that the negotiations, he's never been in such negotiations. He's never negotiated with the board in the past. That's never been the way, and that's not the way the business operates. But certainly from my own point of view, I've had 3 meetings cancelled with the local union reps.
How is this going to play out?
Well, hopefully, as a business, I said we've been in negotiations, particularly with regards to pensions, for 18 months. We'd hoped our latest revised proposal sent to them would have helped resolve the current dispute. But clearly, they've chosen to announce strike action another 3 days, and particularly over one of the busiest times of the year again, Valentine's Day. And he talks about being romantic, and he hopes that the Manx people will be romantic. It's not about being romantic, Paul, it's about realism. Our business needs to make changes. We feel we're making fair changes, which are making the business sustainable for the future. We've got to be financially responsible. If we don't make these changes, the proposals that are forecast for the business is £4.2 million loss, or £4.5 million loss by 2022. Now, anybody in business on the Isle of Man will appreciate that that's not a good business model. So we've put changes in place, we've put a strategy in place to make sure that this business is there for the future, for the people of the Isle of Man, for its workforce, and its financially responsible board that's doing that.
Well, I assume talks will take place, so this is just, he's obviously announced the dates, and it has to have approval, does it? I mean, it's been passed by the local group in the Isle of Man, the members of the union. I mean, they're still on board, are they? Do you feel they are still committed to strike action? Well,
when they originally balloted for the original strike in December, that gave them, the ballot was so that if they chose to strike again, that they just had to give the business 7 days notice. So we actually received the 7 days notice as it was announced on the local media.
Have you got plans to sit down at the moment and talk with Mr Pullinger, or are you both waiting for the phone to ring from each other?
No, we're very open to negotiations. We've said that all along. Our proposal's there. He certainly needs to be coming back to the business, or we'll be. Apparently, he's on the island. One of the local media stations have told us he's on the island next week. So we're hopeful that he is going to come and meet with our executive. Simon Nima, our chief executive, has been in discussions with Mr Pullinger since the 4th of January when we received that letter. So there's a lot of inaccuracies out there. I want to put it straight to the people of the Isle of Man. We are doing this as the best way forward for the business to protect the future of Isle of Man Post Office for our staff and customers alike.
Now, you've had one strike. You did run a service. I don't know if it was as good as you had promised. I'm not sure but how you describe it yourself. But will it be roughly the same sort of contingency plans this time round if it goes ahead?
Yes, obviously we will have reviewed after December, and if there's anything else that we can put in place, we'll certainly do that. But our priority is to our customers, our priority mail. We do have disruption. We've had disruption this week from mail planes, due to the weather in the UK. So there's always disruption in this type of business. It's a logistics business, and we will make sure that we deliver as much as possible to our valued customers during that process.
Well, we all saw the pictures. I mean, I was there on the picket lines, and it seemed pretty solid, the membership anyway. Do you think that's still there? Do you get any feeling that the local members want a resolution to this, maybe more than the union itself? Because there's a lot of posturing going on there, isn't there? Do you think that do you feel there's any movement there at all from the members?
I would hope that there's certainly movement from members. They've got an individual statement now showing the impact on them as an individual, which they didn't have from the business previously. They're all our valued employees, and we hope that by having that information in front of them, they can make sound judgments themselves. At the end of the day, we have to make business decisions to ensure there's future sustainability for the business for all.
Yeah, and who makes these decisions? I mean, you're the chairman, but have you got Mr. Cannon sort of behind the scenes dictating what goes on here, what you have to do? How do you describe your position? Have you got carte blanche to negotiate?
Certainly, the board of Isle of Man Post Office it's a completely independent board, statutory board of government, of course it is, and we do have to take our strategic plans and that to the Council of Ministers. But we are here and we want a resolution to this. It's a very professional board, a very experienced board, and we are making the right decisions for the financial sustainability and future of Isle of Man Post Office. We have to be financially responsible. We are doing that, and we feel that what we've put on the table on this latest proposal is a very fair offer.